Hello. Hello. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? I'm having technical difficulties. Oh, never mind. I lied. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It's Chikafuji Lisa. I'm here with you guys, on this awesome, stupendous Wednesday. I'm gonna be touring an aircraft carrier. If you guys know, if I didn't mention, or if you didn't know, I performed on said aircraft carrier roughly a couple weeks ago. Almost a month ago. Also too, bear with me today. I have sore throat spray. So that's definitely healing me. I'm a little bit congested. But we are going to make the most of today. Anyway, how's your guys' day today? Anything special? Anything cool? Hi guys! Hope you get well soon. Thank you. Also, speaking of which, my throat is feeling a little sore, so I'm gonna do a spray. It tastes so bad. It tastes so bad. But it makes my throat feel better. Chikafuji Boatsa, for real. By the way, aside from asking you guys how your day has been, which you totally should tell me, you guys are totally open to asking questions. This tour is not only for me, but it is also for you. So if you have anything that you would like me to ask or say, I'll be sure to ask our tour guide. I will be your voice. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've been on this tour once before, pre-concert, so I think I know a little bit. But yeah, I was offered this very cool opportunity so that I could share with you guys. Thought it would be fun. Made cabbage and broccoli soup? That sounds so good. What the heck? Is this your first worship tour? So, like I said, pre-concert, I definitely did. I did a little tour, and it was really fun and very informative. So I'm excited to do it once more with you guys. Got new glasses today? That's so cool. I bet they're awesome. Been very tired all day, but gonna be eating some spring rolls super soon. Oh my god. I think I'm getting dumplings later. I'm super excited. My day is meh, but I think I figured out my next big life move, so there's that. That's honestly a feat in and of itself, so that's worth patting yourself on the back. Don't be too down on yourself. That's a huge accomplishment. Gonna ask them if we can borrow the ship again for another concert. Honestly, hell yeah. Just got a haircut. Going home to eat food. Ooh, gotta say ahoy as often as you can. Ahoy! Enjoying Wing Wednesday and running like crazy at work. Ooh, I hope you get to slow down a bit later. Yeah, I'm super excited for dumplings later. My day has been pretty good so far. I got TikTok influenced, and I went and tried this new coffee shop, and I got this matcha drink, and it was really delicious. So I'm excited. I was excited, and I was definitely not disappointed. It was so awesome. Hi, Sheepy. Hello. Sorry. I'm a little bit congested. Did the matcha soothe your soul and body? It definitely did. It was like also too, not super sweet either. I prefer my matcha a little bit more earthy, and bitter. And it definitely was not disappointing at all. It was awesome. Hi guys, welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, today is gonna be a fun day. I'm very excited. I'm gonna double check and see fuck, if everybody is ready. Let's see. Are you ready for me to switch over? I'm just double checking that everything is working. Ah. Oops. Wait. Oops. Oh. Oh, wait. Hold on 1 second. Hello? Uh-oh. Hi there, just give me 1 moment, okay? Okay, cool. Alright, let me get this out for you guys. I'm gonna pop out the screen so that you can see. Let's see. Why can I not hear anything? Let's see. Full screen. Window capture. Okay. Alright, we're ready to go.
Miss Lisa, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear.
We can't hear you right now if you're speaking.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh, no, now we can hear you.
Okay, hello?
Okay. Can you hear us? Are we live?
Yes, we are live.
How are you doing today, Miss Lisa?
I am doing great. How are you doing today? Would you like to introduce
I'm doing
yourself?
Just fine. Beautiful day aboard the USS Hornet. Hi, everyone from home.
They all are saying hello. They say ahoy.
Well, welcome aboard. My name is Gabriel. I'm going to be your tour guide today here at the USS Hornet Sea, Air, and Space Museum. You guys are really lucky. We're closed today, but that should mean no interruptions as we take a nice tour of the hangar deck, and also we go a little bit below decks over here, okay?
Ooh, I'm excited.
All right, Miss Lisa, what do you remember from your last time?
I remember the jet where you go on the underneath, and then I remember the cool chair that I got to sit in.
Well, we could go ahead and take a look at you.
Yay!
I guess we'll start right here.
Sure.
So, every aircraft in the Navy, or any aircraft in the Air Force or other armed services, has a seat like this. I didn't even get a better angle right here.
Wow.
This is the ejection seat. Now, I'm pretty big, so you can't see it. I'm going to back up or get the hand already.
That's crazy.
I'll rotate it around. Rotate it around.
Whatever's best for you. My guy.
Well, as long as you can
Don't
see
worry
it
about
here,
me.
because then you're like a little camera. So flip it. So you're looking at it. There you go.
I'm being iPad baby,
So-
guys.
On the ejector seat, you have these handles that are above here. In the case you have to eject out of your aircraft and the aircraft is lost, and it's not typical that the Navy wants to lose an aircraft, especially when they're a couple $1 billion each.
Mm.
When you're about to eject, you pull on these handles, keep your feet and knees together, and pull. It blows the top of the canopy, and what is a canopy of an aircraft? Well, it's the glass part right here. Blows this part off, and then shoots it up and ejects you from the aircraft. Then, once you're in the air at a certain velocity, it ejects the parachute.
That's
So-
crazy.
So this is how we pilots are able to evacuate in case of a failure or the aircraft is lost. But if the pilot can save the aircraft, they'll do everything in their power to do so.
Mm.
Now, here's a little something you didn't see the last time you were here, and everybody at home, this is a little secret, okay? A little secret.
Oh, you guys get a secret.
So, in the 1950s, USS Hornet may or may not have carried nuclear weapons. We can't say for sure. We don't know for sure.
We don't
But-
know.
What we do know is that we have this. What do you think this is, Miss Lisa?
Big giant missile.
It's a big giant nuke.
Oh, big giant nuke!
This is a nuclear warhead that was stored on the USS Hornet back in the 1960s and 70s during the Cold War. These would normally be stored in secretive areas on the ship because, again, the U.S. Navy was not big on letting the world know that we're carrying nuclear weapons aboard. Ha ha ha. Skill issue. No, not really.
Skillish.
But this is an example of that. So I didn't want to get a closer look, let the audience see.
Wow. It looks crazy. Could that thing blow up now?
No, so this is disarmed, and
Okay.
the nuclear warhead has been taken out of it. This is the shell, but this is an example of how it will be transported. But the area that's inside right now is actually a bomb elevator. So here's the thing. Aircraft are never loaded with weapons and bombs or fuel inside the hangar deck, because where we're at right now is the hangar deck. This is where aircraft maintenance happens. This is where some aircraft are stored, but not all. This is the area where you do not want to have weapons of mass destruction. Mainly because if something goes wrong, there's a fire, and you have a bunch of weapons and fuel and all that stuff in here, what do you think happens?
You die.
You die. Exactly. Big explosion. Call it a tinderbox. So, what you have right here is an armored bomb elevator. They take munitions from below deck, and because there's multiple elevators on the ship, they take munitions from below deck, raise them up, and then they load weapons here and raises it up to the flight deck. And you'll see the flight deck, and when we get there, I'll show you where the entrance to that is. But this is how they would store everything, and it's armored because if for some reason something was to explode, you don't want to lose the entire ship. So
Right.
it's armored, it contains the explosion. So for everybody at home, if you know a little something about aviation, you know that aircraft we did not always have jets. We had propeller planes. This is the FM2 Wildcat. This is one of our most prized restoration pieces here at the museum, because actually, guess where we got this aircraft from?
I'm not sure, but I like the color.
Great color. But guess what? It didn't always look this way,
Oh.
because it was at the bottom of Lake Michigan.
Oh. Oh, wow.
During World War II, when they were training pilots, they weren't taking them out to sea and just throwing them into combat. They had to train them how to land on aircraft carriers. Landing on an aircraft carrier is one of the most difficult things you can do in the Navy, or as a pilot. So they would train pilots in the Great Lakes. It's a controlled area. They can go ahead and pick somebody up. It's not like training in the Pacific Ocean where you can lose somebody. But sometimes you can really say. So with the FM2 here, somebody had to eject out of this aircraft and lost it in Lake Michigan.
Oh, wow.
It was only 30, 40 years, even I think it was 50 years later, that they found this aircraft, and then it was brought to the Hornet to be restored.
Wow.
So at today, and this is kudos to our volunteers at the USS Hornet, this aircraft has been still restored by our volunteers. These are people that give their time, no pay, extra hours, all that time.
So this was what is it called? Restored by only volunteers.
Yes, ma'am.
That is insane. I love that.
Majority of what you see here at the Hornet around you, because here's the thing. The Hornet prides itself on being a national historical landmark in that it has not changed since its decommissioning in 1972. So
Wow.
everything you see here, except maybe some of the extras we've added on to be a museum, is natural vintage USS Hornet. Nothing's been changed or altered. It's all the original ship. But it didn't look this way in 1972. It's really worn down and tattered. The museum became a museum in 1998. So it was volunteers paving the ground, they're painting, restoring everything that made the museum what it is today. So let's get everybody in chat. Let's give a little hand for all our volunteers. They can't hear us now, but big kudos to them for allowing us to be able to do this.
I have a question for you from chat.
That's
So Wilson says, does he know if this one took off of either USS Sable or USS Wolverine?
This came off of USS Wolverine.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
no problem at all. So this is the training aircraft. There was a variant that was used in combat, but this was mainly used in training. Most people, when they think of the Wildcat that was used in combat is a little bigger than this. But as the war went on, we needed new aircraft to fight because when Pearl Harbor happened, we were caught off guard. We were not ready for war. But good part is a lot of our wartime industry was starting to ramp up. That's where this lady comes into play. This is Miss June. Everybody say hi, Miss June.
Hi, Miss June.
Love the day. So, Miss June here is a TBN invented torpedo bomber. Now, torpedo bombers. Why are aircraft carrying torpedoes? Well, During World War II, we did not have missiles. We did not have tomahawks. We did not have satellites that shoot freaking laser beams from the sky. Yes, Doctor. I know. But we had torpedoes. These were the cutting edge of naval technology. I didn't come here to a little closer look.
Wow.
That's not the torpedo, that's the bomb. That's the torpedo.
Oh, damn, that's a big boy.
How much do you think it weighs?
At least 100 pounds.
That is correct. That actually weighs 1,600 pounds.
Oh my god! Okay, that's a big boy.
It took multiple people to be able to load it up. So, I see underneath here, the TBM, it has a cargo bay that it loads the torpedo inside, and when they start to attack a ship, the aircraft would have to go low and slow towards the water. Slow, but this aircraft could handle some more velocity. It would go low and slow towards the water, towards another ship, and then it would drop its payload and have to pull away. The torpedo would go in the water, and once it hits a certain speed, it would activate, and then it would arm itself, and then would shoot forward in one direction, and ideally you want to lead a shot. So as the ship's moving, the torpedo's coming, bullseye.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Torpedo bomber pilots were some of the most bravest in World War II simply because if you're flying slow toward the battleship that has all these anti-aircraft guns that could shoot you down, and you're going slow, we don't want to go slow when we're doing that. But they knew maneuvers, and this aircraft, the TBM, was pretty well armored. She could take a hit. So we love Miss June right here.
We love Miss June. She's beautiful.
But as we move on with time, they're getting bigger. They start to be more powerful.
I'll be reading Donuts at the end of
start needing more. The Hornet was built in August of 1942. And then she was sent out to sea in August of 1943. 1 whole year of construction. This aircraft right here is an example of the leap forward into the modern age. The F-A Crusader. The F-A Crusader was actually a ship, an aircraft that flew off the USS Hornet.
Wow.
It's known as the last gunfighter. Why is that? Because in World War II, we didn't have missiles. Every ship had guns. As time went on, we got actual jet aircraft. People started using missiles. How many people in your chat seen Top Gun? Just curious.
Okay, let's ask them. How many of you guys have seen Top Gun? Give me a hand up emoji. Okay, I'm waiting. Like 20 times. I'm seeing at least 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Lots of them.
We'll take that. So the thing is, you always heard in Top Gun, oh, I'm switching to guns. Because you had to have missiles and guns. But this aircraft right here, the F-8, did not have missiles. It had only guns. You'll see it right here. Ports before its guns.
Oh, wow.
It was a dogfighter. It was designed to take on enemy aircraft in dogfights. And one of the cool parts about this aircraft is that its wing can move independent of its body. What do I mean by that? So, the body of an aircraft is called the fuselage. The wings of this aircraft actually function separately in that, imagine my hand right here is the fuselage, right? It's the body. Imagine my other hand's the wings, right? So, when they developed the F-4 Corsair, the Navy wanted a better way to land aircraft. They wanted it to be safer, more level, because when you're coming in on an aircraft carrier, you got to have your nose up so the bottom of your wheels hit the deck. And you're able to catch a tail hook. We'll go over a tail hook later. But this aircraft could actually, as it was raising up, its wings could separate from its body just a little bit, and it could keep the wings stable. So it had a more stable flight path to land on an aircraft carrier versus moving its wings up, making it a little less unstable.
Ooh.
So this part is raised up, and the body can stay down and low.
Wow. Interesting.
The natural way in which it helps to bring stabilization. It's in more technical terms, it's called changing the angle of incidence.
Well, now you guys have all seen the Top Gun.
You may have recognized this aircraft because we didn't show you where not seen, but I'll go right ahead.
Yes, Tom Cruise.
Skyhawk. Now, Skyhawk during the Vietnam War was one of the workforces. It was a fighter bomber, it was an interceptor. It did just about everything. Matter of fact, we have a docent here at the USS Hornet. He's a pilot from the Vietnam War. He flew over 400 combat missions in Vietnam.
I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Babo Jabo says, what kind of runway does that enable for the previous aircraft? Like for the flight design?
Sorry, what kind of runway?
Yeah. What does it what kind of runway does it enable?
Let me think right now. You
The
mean like
the variable wings.
Oh, the variable wings? I'm not quite sure. I only know that one little tidbit right there, but I can always tell Miss Lisa later. She can let you know later on.
I will definitely. Yeah.
Pilot.
Thank you so much.
We have many docents who are actually pilots of these aircrafts, and they can. And we had them today. They can actually answer more of those questions too. So, little plug here: if you guys are ever in the Bay Area, near Alameda in San Francisco Bay Area, feel free to come to the USS Hornet. Our docents are world-class, experienced veterans who are eager to teach you guys about this stuff too.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Well, here, the Skyhawk. So this is a training variant of the Skyhawk. And you may wonder, what is this super long tube that's poking out of it, right? Well, this is actually used to refuel the aircraft. Because for longer missions, you had to refuel your aircraft. But this is how they refuel in the air.
I see.
So they would have giant tanker aircraft up in the air. So you have a cone a giant cone that helps to move this pipe into the cone, and it helps connect it so that way they're able to refuel the aircraft while it's in the air. So it's in the Navy. It's called underway replenishment, and this is mid-air refueling.
Wow! So you would just like dock the two planes or the two aircrafts together.
Yes, and it takes a lot of coordination between the pilots.
Yeah,
of the tanker,
that sounds hard.
Pilot of the actual aircraft.
Yeah. Wow, that's insane.
But my favorite part about the Skyhawk is this.
I have another question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Nekon says, is that the same system that is still used today?
Yes, it is still used today.
Awesome.
And it's mainly used by the Air Force. But the Navy does have variants of aircraft that do that for longer missions. In the Navy, it's really funny, we loan out aircraft to the Marine Corps, to the Army, whenever they do missions off of aircraft carriers. And so, for example, during the Gulf War, a lot of aircraft were on aircraft carriers, but they went out and helped the Army. They were brought in and they were given orders from the Army, from that command, but they were transferred commands. So a lot of the time, it was either the Army that was giving these aircraft orders or giving them mission briefings, because the Army and Navy, though we are rivals, have to work together.
Interesting. One more question for you. Blade Brave says, can you ask him if this was the same ship that recovered Apollo 11?
It is exactly that. This is actually the ship, and we'll go look at the exhibit over here too, but this is the ship that recovered the Apollo 11 and 12 astronauts.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem. But the cool part about this aircraft is that when an aircraft slows, you need to slow its airspeed. And to do that, you need drag. So the cool part about this aircraft is that if it's landing, it's got a lot of airspeed. So you see how this is down? Eddie, come forward. You see how this is down in this downward position?
Yes.
So this is if the aircraft is at a standstill or it's at low airspeed. When it's up in the air and as it gains speed, this rolls back. So you notice how the wing's more like a blade now?
Yes.
So it flies through the air. But when it's coming in for a landing, naturally, as it lowers its speed, this naturally, and this is not controlled, this is not done by hydraulics, it's all natural. This naturally lowers to create natural drag to help slow down the aircraft, to make it more stable when it lands on an aircraft carrier.
Interesting. Okay.
So the Navy was constantly looking for ways how to innovate natural ways without having to implement more electronics and more hydraulics in their aircraft, making them lighter and more effective.
Yeah, that sounds way more effective than what you have in a normal commercial flight.
Yes.
Because you got to be a big fighter.
Well, not all aircraft are small, though, like that.
Yeah.
This is the S-2 tracker. Now, just curious, low guess, what do you think this aircraft's for? Both of you, Miss Lisa, and your chat. What do you think
Oh, gosh. Okay, let me see. What do you guys think this is for? I'm waiting for... Honestly, to me, it's got lots of windows. Anti-sub warfare is what I see immediately.
That's exactly what it's for. The S-2 tracker is the anti-submarine war aircraft.
Oh, nice job.
This aircraft could actually hold torpedoes to use against submarines. I know, ironic, right? Torpedoes. But also, it would drive depth charges as well. You know what a depth charge is?
No, I don't.
So a depth charge is a bomb, but it's set in time to reach a certain depth in the water, and it's depth charge. And once it reaches that depth, it explodes.
Oh.
And when it in the water, and you use radar, sonar to be able to detect these submarines, which these aircraft were very good at. You'll be able to detect how deep it is, you set the depth charges, and you drop them in their vicinity. But once you do that, here's the thing. The depth charges do not need to directly hit the submarine.
I see.
They need to get close enough to knock off its pressure. You know why? Because who here in chat has ever taken a tin can or soda can or a water bottle and taken it underwater? What happens?
Ooh, let's see, guys. What happens? Also, somebody in chat said, "Bro, Kamehameha posed when you did the depth charge bomb." Amazing! Thank you so much. It says, "It crunches, it crushes, it compresses, it implodes."
Exactly, because it's air and it's pressure. So as it goes underwater, and if that pressure is knocked off, it's going to crumple into a little tin can at a certain depth. It's the natural way of the ocean. So that's what we plan for when we have the depth charge. You don't have to be super accurate, but you got to get close. Because if it's just a little bit, it can knock off all of its systems.
Interesting. Okay.
So, innovative way for anti-submarine warfare. Now, we did show the F-8 closer, but this is actually one of the first jet aircraft to be used. So, in 1945, we were starting to develop this aircraft after jet technology was starting to come forward, and it was used in the 1950s during the Korean War. This is the FJ-2 Fury. The FJ-2 Fury is one of the first jet aircraft that was used by the Navy. There was also the Panther, but this was mainly one of the main interceptors. There's a some people see a variant of this that looks like what the Russians had. It's true, but this is the original.
Question for you from Arclight. I think for the previous aircraft, it said, did the plane have a MAD?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. And if you want to look right here, this is what we use this as to give a look of what interior weapon systems look like. So this is the.
Oh wow.
And you'll notice how large those bullets are.
Yes.
That's a 50 caliber.
Oh wow. Put me in, coach. I want to shoot the gun.
But drive me closer. I want to hit it with my sword.
Put me in.
Somebody in chat mentioned Apollo. Well, this ship is very much known for the Apollo slides. Who here has seen Apollo 13, the movie? Tom Hanks? Anybody? I know.
Hand emojis for people who have seen Apollo 13.
Yeah, who wants to show they're a boomer?
I got some boomers in my chat for sure.
Wow. Feeling like it.
I'm seeing 3, 4. I'm seeing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm seeing a lot of them.
Well, who here remembers the helicopter that picked up the astronauts?
Ooh.
I'm sure you do. This is actually the aircraft they used in the movie.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yep. This aircraft right here is the SH-3H Sea King. It was mainly used for rescue of personnel out at sea, especially if we had pilots that were ejected into the water. It was also used for cargo. Some variants were used for cargo transport. But this was mainly a rescue helicopter. So, look right here. Come a little closer, ready? You see this, it's also used for anti-submarine warfare. It can dip sonar in the water to be able to detect submarines as well. But also, here's a very familiar sight. This is 1969. This is the Apollo 11 mission when this aircraft was picking them up. Not this aircraft specifically, but a similar one. This is the one they just used in the movie.
I have 2 questions for you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Wilson asked, I know that F-86 was AF, but how would the Fury have fared in a 1v1 dogfight against it?
Ooh, that is a controversial one, mainly because our docents here would love to debate that question because they're going to say the Fury's the top aircraft at the time.
Yes.
Well, I can either confirm or deny without the permission of the secretary that yes, the Fury would win.
And then my next question is from Josh, which says, when did jet fighters switch from 50 cal to 20?
It is roughly estimated that happened in the post-Korea. It is, because at the time there were propeller aircraft that were using 50 cals, but as jet aircraft were developing, we had to have smaller airframes, so weapons had to be a little smaller. But I believe it was post-Korea that happened.
Okay, thank you so much.
I would have to check with an expert on that, but that's the rough estimate.
Great.
So if that answers your question.
Perfect answer.
So the cool part about this aircraft is that it is responsible for picking up all the astronauts on the Apollo missions. This is just represented by the livery that's on this aircraft, but every aircraft that did pick it up would have a little tag right here.
Wow, that's awesome. They're little badges of honor.
Exactly. But you guys want to know about Apollo?
Yeah.
This ship is the first piece of solid soil, if you will, that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin first arrived on when they landed. This is an example of the Apollo capsule.
Wow, that's so cool.
So, everyone, imagine spending weeks at a time, no PC, no games, no Mountain Dew, no game refuel, inside of this.
Oh my god, that looks so uncomfortable.
And imagine you're wearing giant spacesuits with 3 other guys.
No.
But the cool part is as they got out of the module where it is right now, this is exactly where it was. See these sets right here? This is where Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, these are the first footsteps at the set right into, and everybody's familiar with this quarantine.
Oh.
This is the quarantine capsule that they were stuck in for a week.
Wait, that looks way comfier than the other one, though.
Well, it's a nice little trailer. They have some food, they have water, they got a little bit of entertainment there, and they could get in there and relax and decompress after a long, arduous mission. But the fact of the matter is they had to quarantine because when they came back, they didn't know if they had space cooties.
Oh.
So, if you'll look right there, Eddie.
Space cooties.
That picture right there, come a little closer, shows them going straight into the quarantine chamber, wearing those suits, because they had to make sure they had no sort of pathogens when they came back in.
I see. I have a question from Blockio, Mr. Tour Guide. It says, how do the embarked helicopters compare to Catalinas or other flying boats in terms of search and rescue of downed pilots?
So helicopters, Catalinas are effective during World War II because, again, they had a long range and they can land in the water. But helicopters are like bees. Everyone's familiar with bumblebees, right? They hover, they can stay above, they have more flexibility in their flight patterns. Helicopters are the same way. So naturally, those helicopters are more flexible in reaching different areas, but also getting closer to the water without having to do a full landing. They can actually stay hovering and over water, as we showed in that one picture with that the Sea King was dipping that sonar in the water. They can actually get a lot closer. It's why during Vietnam they started implementing helicopter tactics, because it was easier about inserting and picking up soldiers out of heavily clustered areas versus using aircraft.
Interesting.
Well, airplanes.
Thank you so much for your answer.
Problem. And this is really cool here. I love talking about this.
Get the quarantine chamber out now!
This right here is a mural that was painted by, you guessed it, one of our volunteers a long time ago. This is all the aircraft that was used on the USS Hornet in her entire service history.
This is so pretty. And this is a mural done by why?
So this was done by a volunteer because simply...
Oh, that's amazing.
Now these don't count though because they're technically USS Hornet CV-8. By the way, didn't know there were 2 USS Hornets. There was CV-8 Hornet that did the famous Doolittle raid, which was the first airstrike ever occur against Japan. But that was CV-8. And in 1942, CV-8 Hornet was sunk in the Battle of Santa Cruz. And a little interesting fact is this Hornet this ship, this aircraft here, was not always called Hornet. It was actually going to be called USS Kearsarge. Matter of fact, there's a plate down in the engine room that says Kearsarge.
Oh.
But when the Hornet was sunk, and many of the sailors that did survive and that did die, the U.S. Navy wanted to honor the history and memory of those sailors by naming this ship USS Hornet to get her back into the fight.
That's awesome.
How Hornet became Hornet. And so this ship carries both in the museum. We also help represent the history of not only just CV-12, but also CV-8 as well, because we want all those memories to live on.
Wow.
That's our flight that doesn't work. Don't pay money. Well, let's go back in the workshop.
I'm not sure if they drew anything else, but they have lots of volunteers on this museum. Or this.
Any questions I can answer while we're walking over?
Let me see. I'm scrolling up. Was that Airstream actually on the Hornet from Chickpea?
Yes.
And then also too, Arclight says, why do the seats have ports where you sit?
They have the ports where you sit. I don't know. I should ask Laura today, huh? Laura would know. Oh,
Good questions, guys. You've got our tour guide stumped. I have another question from you, or for you from Blade. It says, did Harriers ever serve on one of the Hornets? I saw a U.S. Marine Corps one at the Imperial War Museum earlier this year. Didn't know Americans also used them.
So unfortunately, no. Harriers did not serve in the USS Hornet because those entered service post its service life in 1971.
And
also, the anti-submarine carrier. So we didn't have as many planes back then. We had more helicopters because we were doing more anti-submarine actions than we were doing attack actions.
Oh, okay. And then Jachi says, is there a dedicated bomber for the nuke?
Yes. But we don't have that bomber.
Oh! Okay, thank you.
But it was theorized that it was designed for the F-4 Phantom, but the Department of Defense does not confirm that.
And what is the power plant on this Hornet?
Power plant on this Hornet, that would be, there's two fire rooms. I'd have to ask one of our engineering people. I'm more of an aircraft guy. But
yes.
If you have more questions for Lisa, you can just let her know, and we can. And matter of fact,
yeah, send me your guys' questions, and I'll send them over to Mr. Tour Guide, and then you can get them answered.
So this is the Tiger. Now this aircraft is guilty of the greatest sin ever. It shot itself down. Why? Because the F-1 Tiger was so fast that when it shot its rounds, it caught up to its bullets and would shoot and cause holes to happen.
What the heck?
So imagine going so fast because you got the need for speed and you shoot your guns like, haha, I'm going to shoot them down. And then you accidentally team kill yourself.
Oh my god. I feel like that would totally be me if I were an aircraft.
Not very cash money.
Not very cash money at all.
So here's a really fun fact, and not really aircraft I'll go into. We actually have an F-4 Phantom back here.
Ooh.
This is our workshop. So all of our restoration we do is done here aboard the ship with our volunteers. So this is Sea Sprite right here. Another rescue minister.
Wow. I like that one. That one's really pretty.
Here's the F-4 Phantom. I think we can get a better look at the other stuff. Come on.
I have a personal question for you from Chickpea. He asks, has our tour guide flew in any of the cool planes?
Unfortunately, I have not. I am 6'5" and way too big to be flying aircraft.
Oh, for sure. Thank you.
I wish I did though. So here is the F-4 Phantom. This is actually one of our newest restoration projects. Used to sit on the flight deck and it was really rough and beat condition, but just getting a new coat of paint. It's got our tail fin right there that's newly painted over there. So this aircraft will be up on the flight deck sooner than you think, about a year, I believe.
Wow.
Again, this is all done in-house by our volunteers. So again, if you guys are ever interested in working with aircraft like this or learning more about history in that regard, check out your local ship museum because there's a lot of them. Not even just Hornet. There's USS Iowa in LA. There's USS Intrepid in New York. They all are looking for volunteers to help keep this history alive. That's what we do here.
Heck yeah. I have more questions for you, Mr. Tour Guide. Blockio says, what would the typical position of Hornet in a battle group be like? Would she operate alongside cruisers or battleships, or be deployed in her own formation with only lighter vessels to escort?
So that really depends on what era you want to know. If we're talking during World War II, Hornet was actually the flagship of many task forces. This could be cruisers, battleships, destroyers. Matter of fact, during the Battle of Okinawa, it was the flagship of the task force that did the invasion of Okinawa. And it would be responsible for the forward operating base for the admiral of the group and responsible for all operations around. So as the flagship moves, the fleet moves. But in the 1960s and 70s, Hornet did a tour in Yankee Station around bigger and larger aircraft carriers. So she was more part of a support role in that time. So she would operate with cruisers and lighter vessels, but at the same time, she was not the priority ship at the time. She was an anti-submarine warfare carrier.
Okay. And then Zen says, a question for Mr. Tour Guide. Did the Navy ever attach the gun pod to their F-4 Phantoms?
I don't believe the Navy did. I believe it was planned, but by that time, the F-4 was getting ousted at that point by, lo and behold, the F-14, which was one of the most popular aircraft at the time. But the Phantom was a very modular aircraft, and it did have a long service life.
Okay. And then which variation of the F-4 were used on the Hornet, specifically?
So the F-4 actually did not have... So the F-4 did land on the Hornet. There were some that landed on there, and I can't answer which variation. But again, that was only in case of refueling or any sort of emergency action because, again, during the time that the F-4 was in service, the Hornet was not an attack aircraft carrier, so they did not have F-4s. They had more helicopters, and they had more anti-submarine warfare aircraft.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Well, now, you already did that. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to go middle.
I will also be saving your questions as well if I can't get them answered immediately. Ooh.
Okay, let's go.
Dang, are we going below?
You are going.
Whoa! Oh my god. I think that was my favorite part of the last time that the tour happened. But yeah, guys, I'll be reading soup chats and nightmare fuels at the end, and then we'll also have a Q&A sesh, so if I can't answer your questions immediately, I'm saving them in a notepad, so you can ask Mr. Tour Guide any questions.
None at all?
Sorry?
Oh, I was saying, are there any more questions?
Oh, yeah. I actually have a couple. Okay, so Annie Mae says that oh wait, no, that was actually just a message, but it says the tone of a man that has considered height reduction surgery to fly.
I always said I'm like, Mom, I wish I wasn't so tall. I want to fly. And she's like, no, you're gonna go play sports.
And then Blade Brave says, I have another question. Was the shark mouth a unit specific thing or some kind of honor?
So the shark mouth was a unit-specific thing, and really, in the U.S., if you've heard the Flying Tigers, which was a Chinese squadron, they do say, "Oh, it's the shark mouth," but they said, "Oh, it's the tiger mouth." But it usually was a unit-specific livery that was.
Sure, yeah. And then Chickpea says, "Do the restorations go to full flight ability or just show?"
Just for show. We don't have a lot of our aircraft don't have frame.
And then Josh says, what jets, if any, were regularly kept on the Hornet?
What jets were kept on the Hornet during its service or during as a museum?
I'd say either works. Either answer works.
Well, as a museum, you have seen our jet collection.
Yes, maybe during service. During service,
you would normally see Panther jets in the Korean War, which was a very common aircraft. And then, as we moved on, we had FA Crusaders and Skyhawks.
Okay.
Let's go forward.
And then Eku said, are there any non-American objects on the Hornet?
I don't know. We have found very interesting pieces here on the Hornet.
Whoa, we're in the
I
depths.
gotta turn the light.
Guys, we're in the depths of the ship. We're in the below.
One moment, folks. I don't remember what the junction is.
I don't think I can handle this in person.
Oh no, it's haunted.
I know, this is terrifying. It looks so spooky.
Well, technically, the ship is haunted.
Do you have a
We just
ghost
don't-
story?
We have a lot of ghost stories. I do have one personal story.
Please tell me your personal ghost story.
Okay, ready for this?
Oh my god.
All right.
What the fuck?
So, in 2021, when I first came here, I didn't know my way around the ship.
Ooh.
But I thought my boss wanted me to go get a bag of ice from the ice locker 2 decks below. So I went down, and then I went down, and then I saw this lady, and I said, "What are you doing down here?" And she just stared at me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you a ghost?" She said, "No, I'm a VTuber. Subbed to me for 5 gifted subs."
What the fuck? I'm gonna threaten violence. Not the VTuber. Oh my god. I feel like I just got
I
rolled.
couldn't tell you, bro.
I just got rolled. I just ragdolled emotionally.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. Zen says, let's be real here. He got you good.
I did. Take
Unfortunate.
pride in that.
So Mr. Tour Guide does watch VTubers. He does. He's a big VTuber fan and was also a part of Off-Season Live. So, Mr. Tour Guide, would you like to talk about your VTuber experiences?
I mean, how much you want me to say?
Mr. Tour Guide is affiliated with V-Fleet Project. And
So,
yeah, feel free to shout out if you'd like. Oh, they're asking who your Oshi is. Who's your VTuber Oshi?
Miss Lisa, of course.
Okay. That's literally, you're just being nice.
We love Miss Lisa here.
All right. You got good taste in chat. Does Mr. Tour Guide like shark VTubers?
Shark VTubers. Yeah.
What is the cup? I know.
He's a shark VTuber. He has a certain level of shark VTuber.
He's a sheeple.
A
Yeah.
certain level of shark VTuber. What?
Yes, a certain shark VTuber.
So right here where we are is actually one of the blockways down here. So you look down this way. This is where a lot of the officers' berthing was, where their rooms were. Well, our business are down there, so we'll go down this way.
It looks cold in there.
It is a little chilly.
Oh my god. It's
All right,
all
so-
metal. I think I'd freeze to death.
One of the things at sea is that you want to be able to get something to eat, or you want some snacks and that candy and that stuff is a commodity. So this is actually where one of the ship's stores would be, where you can buy a Coke, buy some candy, cigarettes, whatever you need. Don't smoke it; it's not good for you. But the Navy would have different sections around here to be able to give you guys a little snack if you needed to.
Wow. Chickpea said, how long did it take you to learn to get around the ship?
I'm still learning because I'm dumb.
He said
But
he's still
you
learning.
asked about my VTubers. Actually, I manage some VTubers.
Yes, he does in fact manage VTubers.
I know
So
I'm losing my mind every day, ever so slowly.
he's a big VTuber fan and a big aircraft fan, and I was graciously invited because I am a super awesome cool VTuber, and I performed on said museum ship.
Hey, Miss Lisa, I got a surprise for you.
Okay.
this is our boss lady, Laura Fee. She's the executive
Hello.
officer of the USS Hornet Air and Space.
Very nice to meet you. You are also on stream as well, so if you would like to introduce yourself to my chat, please feel free.
Hi, Laura, Executive Director of the USS Hornet Air and Space Museum. Gabe did a good intro. Can't beat that.
Hello.
Boardroom lights.
Yes, boarding lights. Can you help me? Thank you.
Thank you so much for being a part of this tour briefly.
Of
Check.
course, of course.
Chat. Hey, thank you. Yeah, I don't know everything.
Fine. You gotta be here another decade. Then
Boss
you learn
lady.
where all the lights are.
She's so girl boss, guys.
No, that's in my head.
I know it's good call.
Does Mrs. Boss...
I, by the way, am an average height of a World War II sailor, so me versus Gabe. That's the stats there.
Ooh.
Oh, make fun of me, guys. What do you do?
Does Miss Boss Lady know VTubers as well?
I know of them.
Ooh. Were you able to see Off Season Live? Were you able to see the concert?
I saw Gabe's videos of it. It looks really
Yay! That's so awesome.
bad that I couldn't make it.
I love that.
Let there be light.
Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye. See you later.
Okay, so where are we right now? Well, this is the officer's wardroom. So, actually, this area is the cream of the crop. This is where the officers live. And it's normally in here.
She was just lurking in the dark.
So, okay, over here. We have this is an example of situation that would be the board that's in the office board. Not in listed personnel, the grunts, the normal, but the officers
Wow.
there. So they get the special stuff.
Very special.
But normally in here, it would be white. You would have nice white tablecloths. It would look very fancy. It's like you're going to a fancy restaurant. And what's funny is that in port, when the officers come in here and eat, and it's as is tradition in Navy, the captain's wife, when she comes aboard the ship, she decides the menu for the night.
Ooh.
So ladies pick first. But also one more thing. So ice cream was a very rare commodity back in the day. And the Hornet actually had an ice cream maker, so, we could have ice cream. But here's the problem. So the captain's wife decided if you're going to have dessert tonight. So when she comes in and she steps in here, so imagine all of these sailors, they're in here enjoying their meal, and when the captain's wife enters the room, everybody stands up at attention here, at ease, and then everybody sits down.
Mm.
And if for some reason the server says, "Would you like dessert tonight, ma'am?" and she says, "No, I will pass," nobody will have dessert that night.
Oh, no. She's a girl boss.
She is indeed a girl boss, and it is tradition in the Navy to respect the captain's wife's wishes in that regard. So, this room was where dreams were broken.
Dang.
But-
Queen of the ship.
But, huh?
I said queen of the ship.
Gotta clean it up. Some of the pictures we actually have around here are from Hornet's lifetime of service. This is in World War II configuration, so this is actually the front of the Hornet during World War II.
Ooh.
Over here, however, is the Hornet now.
Oh, wow.
So you may have noticed there's a big difference. That's because they took away the gun turrets up front because less anti-aircraft, because the idea was to have missiles or to have aircraft that would intercept enemy aircraft. But also, this was to help with the waves and rough seas that would splash into the sailors' faces. You see right here, if you have these gun turrets and you have sailors right here, naturally seawater is going to go right there. This helps to break that.
I see.
And so this is what the Hornet's front looks like nowadays.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Here she is in 1954 when she was using Panther jets, and as we were starting to move into the jet age.
Ooh.
Look, but here's the thing. U.S. Navy doctrine dictates the aircraft must be stored on the flight deck. It's not stored in the hangar deck. That's how we maximize our aircraft. Now, we did have aircraft in the hangar deck, but they were hung from the rafters. And if we were back in there, I would show you some of the hooks that are hanging above, but they would hang them above. And the fun fact is this. This is actually where the Hornet is now.
Oh.
This picture is taken in Alameda Naval Air Station, where we are right now, the exact same port
Yes.
where the Hornet sits today.
Wow. Interesting. I'm saving all of your guys' questions, by the way. We'll have a
Here's
Q&A
another
at
image
the
of the
end.
Hornet during her lifetime CB-12 during World War II. In case you wanted a longer look.
Ooh, she's so big. Wow.
Perfect. So, we've been talking a lot about the aircraft carrier and how it functions, but here's the thing. How do aircraft land and how do they...
Oh, wait, hold on. Your audio cut out. I can't hear you at all.
Did we lose?
Oh, wait, no, I got it now. I can hear.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yes.
no. Got the skull.
Ah, spooky.
You know, we have this thing in with the VTubers I work with in V Fleet. We have the curse of V Fleet scuff, and it's always inevitable. It's like Thanos. It's
You know,
always
we
there.
survived roughly an hour with no scuff, so honestly, I'd say that's a W.
If that, hey, I'll take that win. I'll take those.
Also, Mr. Tour Guide, please say hello to our raiders. We have raiders coming in. Hi, everyone.
What's up, Raiders?
Thank you so much for raiding. Hi, Nikki. Hi, everyone. I'm Chikafuji Lisa, your favorite worst nightmare sheep. And this is Mr. Tour Guide, and he's showing us the USS Hornet Museum. Hello.
All right. So, how do aircraft land on an aircraft carrier? Well, they have to have a tool like this. This is a tail hook. So on the plane deck, and we'll go over here. So here's a little display. So this is the best I can explain. So this is actually one of the first ever aircraft.
Oh, wait, your audio cut out again. It sounds muffled.
Oh no, you think it's because we're
Yeah, it's because we're down here.
we're
Oh,
down.
wait, now I can hear you guys.
So it's only when we move closer to the exhibit that we start losing. Okay,
Yeah.
I guess we don't want to learn.
She hates me. Okay.
Hey, Lisa. I don't know. I have a love-hate relationship.
Anyway, I can hear you now.
Anyways, but I'll show you. So when an aircraft, so imagine this is an aircraft carrier deck. So as the aircraft is landing down, it lands, right? But it doesn't stop under its own power. You have to have a cable. So they run cables across the flight deck, and it has a tail hook, and it drops a hook when it's coming in for a landing. That's what this item is right here. Notice this little crevice right here that shows where the hook is supposed to capture.
I see.
So as the aircraft is landing, it hooks into it catches a cable, and the cable is controlled by hydraulics on either side of the aircraft carrier. And those hydraulics feel the pressure, they're adjusted for the weight of the aircraft, and they pull and squeeze and adjust to help stop the aircraft just in time to keep it from going over deck.
Oh.
And that's the brief science of how that works.
Okay. Just so you guys know, I'm saving all of your questions again, so
we were just
when we
in the
get a
office boardroom,
chance,
but this is the
I'll ask them.
This is one of the premier spots where you get food. The officers will get served here, buffet style. You come and get a plate. There'll be all sorts of good food, not the stuff the enlisted guys get.
Yummy chow.
Exactly, chow line.
We love
What would be
that.
something the working menus? Wow, that's a lot of calories. Anyways, I need to watch my diet.
Is that food edible? No.
So, just for the love.
It's just pictures, unless you want to eat cardboard.
What else? Are there any questions?
I've got a couple for you. I've saved them as the tour has been going on. So Blockio said, how many times has the Hornet been repaired and refitted? Approximately how much of her is still original to how she was laid down?
So the Hornet's been retrofitted about 4 times. Every time she kind of gets something added up. So the Hornet is very different than she was during World War II when she was first laid down. So I would say about 40% of her is.
Ooh, okay. And then, Blade says, a bit of a fun question to both of you. If you could pick a fighter call sign, what would it be?
So that's one thing. So in the Navy, you don't give yourself a call sign. That's the quickest way to get made fun of. And everybody, haha, call them names.
Oh,
You earn your call sign.
I
So,
see.
I'm gonna be fair. Some call signs are nicer than others. So, if you was like, I want to be called Maverick because I like Top Gun, they're gonna call you fanboy simply because.
Oh, I see. Interesting. I don't know. That's crazy. And then also too, Eku says, was there any livestock on board?
Nope.
Nope.
We did have a dog though.
Interesting. And then when I look at Texas, the fastest battleships or most destroyers I've seen the inside of, they are painted mostly white, while the Hornet has lots of green. Is that down to the era or being a carrier?
It is typical for them to have white inside, but this is mainly because this is the era the Hornet was made.
Cool. And then it says, Pizza Man says, ask them if they're Azure Lane fans.
Am I an Azure Lane fan? I don't know, Eddie, am I?
I'd say yeah.
Do you have a favorite character from Azure Lane?
Favorite character from Azure Lane? Well, I'll give you a hint. She's a museum ship today. She's in the UK. She's in London.
Ooh. Arclight said, did they reinforce the deck for jet operations?
So no, they didn't. The deck is actually wood. It's teak wood, and it stayed that way since World War II. The philosophy was no armored aircraft carrier decks during the time. Only when we had the USS Midway class of aircraft carriers did we have armored flight decks.
Oh, okay.
USS class carriers have wood underneath.
I see. And Chickpea says, does the Hornet have sister ships?
Yes, she does. She has 24 of the SS class. But unfortunately, only 3 of them exist today as museum ships. The rest were scrapped, unfortunately. So
that's so sad.
And 3 more of her sisters in the last war cut.
More questions for you. Blockio says, how do Hornet's underwater defenses compare to her contemporaries through the eras? How would she fare against Type 93s or Cold War era torpedoes?
Well, the Type 93 torpedo was highly effective, so I doubt that hardly any ships are going to have a very good torpedo bulge, especially aircraft carriers. Aircraft carriers are designed to be away from the action, not so much as in them. Battleships, they have more of a torpedo bulge for that. But mainly, our biggest underwater defense was our anti-submarine warfare aircraft. They detected aircraft, and they were able to destroy them before they got in proper vicinity of the carrier.
Interesting. And then Wilson says, possibly as a question near the end, but considering the USS Hornet is still docked in the water, when was the last time she went into dry dock, and are there any future plans for a refit for her?
Well, that's a great thing. So, the USS Hornet not gone into dry dock since the 70s. And it's typically recommended that museum ships go into dry dock every 30 years. The math is 2024. And that's simply because we don't have the money. We're a non-profit museum. And the USS Hornet, we do a lot for the community. We do a lot to keep the lights on and keep the ship restored. But going into dry dock is a very hard and expensive process. There's only several dry docks that can handle the USS Hornet. Unfortunately, one of them is in Washington, and the other is down in LA. But it's very hard to move the Hornet and to move this ship that distance. So, we are looking at possibly going into dry dock in the future. But again, it's donations and contributions from viewers like you and the normal public that helps us to be able to do those projects, to be able to keep the ship alive.
Yes, and I'll be sure to put a link to donate to the museum in the description after the stream.
And we thank you very much in advance for that.
Of course.
Even if it's just $2, folks, it goes a long way towards helping us preserve the ship, but also help the stories of the veterans and the guys who still serve the ship today, help keep their story alive. Because I think we can all agree, we all want to be remembered for something, and we want people to know our story matters.
Sure. A couple more questions. Did she have torpedo nets during World War II?
No, she did not.
And then, apart from the obvious in Enterprise and Warspite that everyone laments, which ships that went to the breakers do you wish were preserved instead?
Oh, man. That is I'm a little biased. I actually wish the USS Alaska was preserved, which is actually... It's controversial because it's a battle cruiser, but it's also what the Navy didn't want to call it that. They called it a large cruiser. So USS Alaska represents the pinnacle of the cruiser technology during World War II. It was large, it was fast, it had big guns. It really was a battleship, but they called it a cruiser. So I wish that we would be able to explore the USS Alaska and see how it compares to an Iowa-class battleship. Mainly because the USS Alaska is just a few inches shorter than an Iowa-class battleship. Matter of fact, one of the VTubers I actually work with is the USS Alaska, so you can always check her out.
Yeah. And then what were the anti-aircraft defenses on the Hornet like?
So during World War II, she had 40 millimeter Gophers, 20 30 caliber Oerlikon guns. They're 50 cals, but they had Oerlikon guns. And I think about on each side we have 127 millimeters. So we had 12 127 millimeter dual purpose guns. Dual purpose meaning ship to ship, can either be ship to ship or anti-air. So, but also the Hornet's anti-aircraft format changed with time. We got better, more advanced weapons such as the 38 gun. We had more missile technology, but also again interceptors, aircraft. So that's the most I can answer right now off the top of my head. But I hope my numbers were right a little bit around the estimate ratio for you guys. But that's what I remember.
Sure. Thank you so much for answering the questions. They're very excited about it. I'm saving a lot of them while you talk, but yeah, lots of questions.
No problem. You guys may be wondering where are we at. Well, how does an aircraft carrier stop? Well, you have to have an anchor, right? But aircraft carrier but that doesn't stop an aircraft carrier. It keeps it in port. And you're probably wondering, well, how's it keep it in the water? It's heavy. It's very, very heavy. Take a look.
That looks insane.
I can't lift this up because this is several thousand pounds. These giant chains are connected to hydraulics.
I think I could probably do it, guys.
Bring up
What do
the
you think?
anchor and release the anchor down in the water.
Dang.
Where we are is the forecastle.
Uh-oh. Is it audio issues again? Mr. Tour Guide, I think we're having audio issues again. Ah, the scuff! Uh-oh. How many shekels does Hornet anchor? Hold on, I can't ask that. Uh-oh. Wait, try saying something? I cannot hear you, I'm so sorry. I think he said it weighed over 1,000 pounds or something. Uh-oh. Wait, maybe there's like a finger over the mic or something like that if it's on like a phone. Maybe?
I don't think so.
Oh wait, now I can hear. Now I can hear.
Well, we don't get to look at anchor room because we started having scout folks. But where we are is actually the junior officer's berthing. So, officers of higher rank, they didn't have their own room, but this is where they would be berthed at. So this is actually some of the most premium sleeping areas on the ship. And a little fun fact is, you can actually sleep here today because we do have overnight tours and overnight experiences where you can live like a sailor for a night.
No way.
We bring you aboard, feed you, take you on an exclusive tour of the entire ship and all the nooks and crannies, and you get to sleep aboard here. Of course, some people don't want to because it's haunted, so you know.
Yeah. I think I couldn't handle it. I'm scared of ghosts. Look at those luxury beds, for real.
Any questions?
I don't... Oh, how much does a single link weigh for the anchor?
Single link weighs about, I want to say about 80 pounds.
80 pounds. Okay, thank you.
So we put down this. Watch your step.
I would 100% wake up and slam my head. I think I might too.
Okay, what else did I show you?
Whoa, circular doors. Or oval, ovular. Oh my
I think
god.
we're seeing about everything we can see on this deck.
Yay! Oh my god, it's so awesome. I think I'm looking at the view that I have right now, and it looks so claustrophobic. It's spooky.
It is. Oh, this will be the last time I do because we are getting to an hour.
Okay.
This is one of the elevators. So how do we bring aircraft up to the flight deck? Well, we have 3 elevators. This is elevator 1. You see how massive this space is? That's because this is the inside of the elevator. It comes down and goes up. Transport aircraft from the hangar deck that we're doing maintenance on, or that we're doing other things for. That's how we bring them up. It still works to this day.
Wow. Do you guys ever use it for tours or anything, or is it just like it's dormant for now?
Used to, haven't done it lately, but we have done elevator rides with large groups of people.
Oh wow, that's super sick. I have a question. It says, how long would it take to get her complete squadron airborne during final deployment?
So if we were in air operations for so you mean one complete squadron? Because there's multiple squadrons aboard on a ship. So I would say for a single squadron, and if it's about 8 aircraft, you could get them in the air in about 5 minutes.
Oh wow, that's super sick.
Because the process is so refined. And Miss Lisa, last time you were here, we did go over how air operations worked, and we went over how catapults work. So it's like clockwork. The catapults back, they load them up, and they shoot them, and it's the next one.
So 5 minutes? That doesn't even feel like a long time. That feels pretty fast for a big elevator.
Well, not on the elevators. They would have air, so the back elevator would constantly be going. But we would have a squadron ready to have them to be able to launch. Now, it does take a while to bring the elevators up and down, but they do go pretty fast. So I would say if it is bringing an entire squadron up to the flight deck to get ready for air operations, I would say it's about 15 minutes.
Oh, that's still pretty fast, though. That's insane.
Because you have to move the aircraft, you have to get them fueled up, you have
right?
To get ready to go, and you have to have them in position to be able to fly.
Insane. Blade says, is that red pipeline for firefighting, like on merchant ships?
So yes, that is actually the fire extinguisher fire system that's here for the ship.
Ooh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm getting lots of questions. I'm sorry for rapid firing them to you, Mr.
That's perfectly fine. That's what we're here to do.
Heck yeah. Also, Chickpea asked, what powers the catapult? Steam?
No, they're not steam. They're hydraulic catapults.
Ooh.
Hornet had her hydraulic catapults put in post-World War II during her 1952 retrofit.
Awesome. That's super sick. I think Miss June is my favorite.
See, Miss June, you're Miss Lisa's favorite.
She's my Oshi.
She's your Oshi. See, we're gonna put anime eyes on.
You have to. I hope she's blushing when I tell her that she's my Oshi. Miss June.
You know what? You're giving me bad because in theory, you know what I do in my spare time. I could, in theory. But hey, that's just a theory.
Oh my god.
Again.
Oh my god, what a goober. Also, I'm getting a question that says, would CV-12 have survived the damage of that? Wait, hold on. Would CV-12 have survived the damage that did CV-8 in?
So, see, at that time, damage control was top tier. But the thing is with CV-8 is that she could have moved. But the thing is, we were in enemy territory. There were Japanese subs that were all around, and they did cheap shot the Hornet to where we were going to save her. But then they took so many hits with torpedoes when she's already wounded that we couldn't bring her back. And to be able to take a ship from the Santa Cruz Islands all the way back to Pearl Harbor in Hawaii that long, she would have been lost at sea. So the Navy decided to skull her. So she wouldn't.
Thank you. So far, I appreciate all the answered questions.
So this will be the last thing to show you.
Okay.
So this is Hornet's scoreboard. This is her history from World War II. This is about all the aircraft she representing all the different ships and aircraft she has shot down. And you'll see some of the totals. She shot down 668 planes, 742 planes on the ground, and sunk about 1,269,710 tons of ship's tonnage during World War II.
Oh my gosh, she's a girl boss.
She very much is.
That's
and
so
she's
awesome.
also responsible for sinking her aircraft, or actually responsible for sinking the battleship Yamato, which is one of the most famous Japanese battleships world and the largest battleship.
Wow. Oh my gosh, Miss USS Hornet is literally a bad bee.
That she is, and we do love her here. So, thank you. I can answer. I know you said it was an hour, so we are. Wow.
Yes. I am waiting on chat. Also, everybody in chat say thank you to Mr. Tour Guide and thank you to Mr. Cameraman for having us. Yay!
So I will just say thank you guys for coming on the tour today, Miss Lisa. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And again, guys, it is about the next generation taking on the torch, because I firmly believe, because what I do with my own VTubers that I work with, we actually help to raise awareness for ships like the USS Hornet and other aerospace foundations we'll call V-Fleet Project. But the biggest thing is that it's the next generation. Not everybody is into this stuff, and that's okay. You don't have to be into World War II history. You don't have to be into aircraft. Literally, we get volunteers that come here who just want to help out the ship, who want to help a cause, or just want to help a veteran know that the story's heard. Because I tell you what, I work here at the ship, I see some of the old guys, and they just tell me about their lives. They tell me about their stories. They tell me about what mattered to them in the day. Because someday they won't be here, but I will tell other people about their story. So I encourage you, if you're at a museum, if there's a museum ship nearby you, or if there's a museum nearby you that helps to represent the history of these people and their lives and the sacrifice that they give, go give them a visit. Ask a question. It doesn't have to be money, but people want to know you care. So thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for coming aboard the USS.
You said that way better than I could have. Thank you. And also, too, do you have anything you want to shout out or say before we finish our final questions and end off our tour?
Miss Lisa's awesome. Continue to support her. She did fantastic during off-season live, and USS Hornet is so grateful for her for just doing this tour. It's a great way to showcase the ship, and I'm going to keep watching her. I love her. I know y'all do. And, again, Lisa, big shout out to you.
I have a personal question for you.
Well, go ahead.
Are you or are you not a sheeple?
A sheeple?
That is my fan name.
I wouldn't say I'm a sheeple, but I'm definitely becoming a sheeple. I might join the cult of the lamb, you know what I'm saying?
Ooh, fair enough. That's sick. I see this. Okay, my last two questions for you are from Dog and Wilson. First one is the AK designation on the scoreboard for cargo ships?
Yes.
Okay. And then Wilson says, oh, that's a good way to come back around, but how many of those air-to-air kills were from the Crusaders, or were they relegated to ground pounding?
So this is from World War II. So this is a lot of the F-6F Hellcats. This is a lot of those aircraft. Crusaders, though, they have a fairly high kill count from the Cold War, especially Vietnam. I believe about over 700 aircraft in total across all Crusaders that were in service, even though there were only about 60 in service.
Okay, awesome. And then were any of the Hornet's aircrafts lost during the attacks on Yamato specifically?
So yes, as is natural in the course of war, there were aircraft lost. But one of the cool things we have aboard the Hornet is a memorial to all those that did not come back. I mean, matter of fact, let's take a look here. So when you walk aboard the ship, one of the first things you see is some of the plaques that are dedicated to the museum. Dedication to the Marine Corps, dedication, because there were 8 Hornets. These are multiple of the Hornets that served across the history from the American Revolution all the way to the Hornet you see today. And this plaque's dedicated to the history, the memory, and the service of all of the sailors who served aboard those ships. As a matter of fact, on this board right here, these are our list of our Hornet crew members who served aboard the Hornet to this day, even, who became volunteers.
That's so awesome. That's super cool. And you said these are still people who volunteer on the ship that were serving with it?
So a good chunk of them are people who served aboard the ship. Not all of them are with us anymore, unfortunately. I believe there's only 2 of them still alive today.
Awesome. I have a silly question from Annie Mae that says, ask him to rate the quality of the questions here today versus other tours he's had. How did chat do?
I love all questions. Because you know why? It shows you care. It shows you're interested. Because you know what? There's never a dumb question. If you got one, ask it. Learn. We love telling you guys about this.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, they had lots of questions today. How many people served aboard the USS Hornet through its history? Would you roughly estimate?
Ooh, that's that roughly estimate. So the ship has a crew of about 1,400 people, but that's not including any extras that we picked up and during her service history. Man, that's a hard number because there's so many rotations of sailors that happen throughout the years. But I would say maybe 500,000 people.
Heck yeah, that's so awesome. I love that. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Tour Guide. Thank you for having me. I hope to help out the Hornet once again. You told me about your games and anime convention that happens on the museum, so I hope to be there.
We have our own anime and gaming convention called CarrierCon. We've actually done collaborations with Azure Lane, World of Warships. I believe we're actually looking at something with Nikkei this year. But we do a lot with the anime and gaming community. And this year we're welcoming a lot of VTubers aboard because I'll give you a little secret. We're looking at welcoming a few VTubers, including a VTuber by the name of Nimune aboard. And we're going to be doing a lot of meet and greets. And we hope to have Miss Lisa there. I would love to have Miss Lisa there, of course.
I would love to be there.
But also we are happy to help welcome all sorts of different talent, all shapes and sizes, because you know why? I always believe this. If you want to help out the ship, if you believe in the cause, and you just want to bring your best self, come aboard.
Heck yeah, I love to hear it. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Tour Guide. Thank you so much, Mr. Cameraman. I'll be taking my leave. But I hope you have a good rest of your day, and Otsu Hornet.
I'll talk to you soon, Miss Lisa. Everybody, you have a good time.
Goodbye. See you. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yay! How awesome! That was so cool! Yay! That was so fun. How did you guys enjoy it? Otsu Hornet. Also, hello, Mozu. Thank you so much for the raid. You came just at the end of my tour. I think I need more sore throat spray. Hold on. Ugh, it tastes yucky. But hello, raiders. My name is Chikafuji Lisa, and I am your favorite worst nightmare sheep. I did a tour of the USS Hornet today in Alameda, California. If you were unaware, I did a concert there like last month, and it was super awesome. And I was asked if I would enjoy doing another tour because they offer iPad tours. But then after the success of Off-Season Live, they were like, hey, so, you brought up maybe doing an iPad tour. Would you want to, go through with that? Because before, I think it was, a soft no. But this time, it was definitely a hard yes! And so I got to do this. But this was a really fun idea, and honestly, I would love to make a series of it, and I want to see if I can convince other museums to let me, wander around the premises. Also, thank you so much, Moza. Yeah, this was a really fun stream idea. It's very informative. Obviously, gotta support our vets that are, it's so Mr. Tour Guide was telling me pre-stream that while I was setting up the OBS stuff, he was telling me that everything is complete. I was like, is it non-profit? Is it non-for-profit? Everything is non-profit. It's literally just based off of the contributions that you give and the contributions of the volunteers themselves. Everything is done just out of the love for the Hornet. And so I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. I love that. It's awesome having interests that you're deeply passionate about, I feel like. It's I know I can say personally speaking, it's people will love you to death if you just yap about the things you're passionate about. So yeah, it was really fun. But one second, I'm gonna read. I caught the tail end of it, but damn, how was the tour? It was super awesome. I think everybody had a really good time. I think everybody in chat had a really good time. I'm surprised they've completely funded by donations. I would have thought there was some government fund. No, it's literally just volunteer work. If you make a series of this, yeah. Oh my god, guys! I wonder if I could do another ship museum. I wonder if I could get in contact. So the Hornet, I was able to get my post retweeted so that I could, like the stream notification, right? I'm sorry, I'm still coughing. But what's it called? I wonder if that attention could possibly get me a museum tour on like another ship. That would be so fun. I feel like you guys really like the ship tour. If there were to be any in particular, which one? Wait, hold on, let me read. Can't wait for the Smithsonian tour. Oh my goodness. Amazing job, Lisa. An amazing tour guide. This was such a good vibe. Yeah, Mr. Tour Guide was very nice, and Mr. Cameraman was very quiet, but yeah. Bovington Tank Museum. Ooh. A lot with creators? Interesting. Okay. The USS Midway, it's very cool. Ooh, okay. I do have a few yeah, if you guys have suggestions, just send it to my marshmallow and I'll let management know. Doing more ship tours like Azure Lane IRL. Real! Here's a question. Which warship would you love to tour in the future? So, I'm not a huge ship lady, but I had the, excuse me, hold on. My freaking throat, guys. I had the absolute pleasure of getting this tour solely because I performed at Off Season Live. And so, like, literally, other than that being my in, I don't think I would have been able to, like, do it. Air Force Museum tour? Yeah, literally, if you have any suggestions at all, please let me know, because I would love to, Honestly, I enjoy learning about stuff, and I like hearing people be passionate about the things they enjoy, especially if it's just a volunteer doing it out of the love for the history. Tank Fest, whoa. I went to Midway this year, it's huge. Whoa. Not a huge ship lady yet. Not a huge ship lady yet. Is this gonna make me become an Azure Lane fan? Is this my in to becoming an Azure Lane fan? I feel like it might be. But, yeah, no, I know that they, at the, what's it called? At the Hornet, he was telling me that they do that games and anime festival, or like convention every year. Carrier Con. So, maybe I can get a tour of that as well. Passionate people are always fun to hang out with, like you, Lisa. Thank you. Yeah, no, I can be like psycho crazy. When he was, oh my god, I feel like a fucking goober. Because when he was saying, what's it called? Pearl Harbor. I was like, canon in the Yokoverse. Canon in the Yokoverse. That's all my brain was saying to me. Like, yes, I know it's a real event that happened and many died, but my stupid brain. My stupid brain. Get on that World of Warcraft sponsor list. Oh my god, World of Warcraft, that takes me way back because my babysitter when I was a little sheep used to play World of Warcraft. And maybe that like altered my brain chemistry. Maybe that's what led me to becoming a gamer. World War is also canon in the Yokoverse. Real! So true. Top candidate would probably be the USS New Jersey. Their YouTube channel is top notch and they do a good amount of collabs with people. Ah, no way. I know someone in another community I'm actually in who is very passionate about World War II ships in particular, so I'll be sure to send in the marshmallow link. Yeah, please do! If you have anybody, if you know anybody or are curious about other museums, please. I think this was really fun. It was so fun pre-concert when I got to go on the mini tour as well. But, I feel like it's more fun with you guys in chat, because it's like, I love to hear, I don't know much about this, right? But it seems very clear that you guys do. So getting to ask all the questions made me feel like vicariously made me feel so smart. I thought the Miss Lisa was kind of cute. I know! I'm literally, I'm being addressed respectfully. I'm eating pretzels, by the way. I'm being addressed respectfully. I can't believe this. Yeah, guys, what the heck? You guys call me Doofus and Goober. But instead, I'm getting called Miss Lisa in professional environments. Miss Lisa, love. Do you not want us to call you Doofus and Goober? No, I'm just kidding. That's Miss Goober to you. Oh my god, shut up. If you want to see an older warship, HMS Victory is cool. It's the oldest commissioned warship still around. USS Constitution. That's military courtesy for you, Miss Lisa. I guess so. Miss Dingus. That's Miss Dingus to you. Miss Lisa. I wanna be the captain's wife so that I could tell people, no, I don't think you'll be getting ice cream today. I wanna be girl boss of the ship, guys. Let me thank everybody too, because I did get some soup chats and nightmare fuel. Elemental P, thank you for the nightmare fuel. This is a super cool stream. That's it. Send chat. Thank you. And then Zen, thank you for the the soup chat. You're actually on the museum ship based. I kneel, madame. I'm not on the ship. It was a live feed from the ship though. And then Arclight, thank you for the soup chat. This was a cool stream. They said thank you. Of course. I want to do it again as soon as possible. I had been planning it for some time, right? Like, I got the offer to do it post-concert. But, obviously, you know, I've had a lot of projects and stuff. You guys have seen all of the encore-related things and all the idol-related things. So I haven't been able to do it. But I'm glad that I finally was able to do it today, because I've been wanting to do it for some time. Miss Dingus was my mother. Can we get rum instead? We've been dry for too long. I don't know, maybe. Do sheeple get dessert tonight, Miss Lisa? Yeah, you do. Today was a good day. You deserve dessert. Everybody gets dessert today. Glad you accepted the offer, of course. Lisa, if you try to take away the Navy's ice cream, there will be mutiny. I don't even know what that word means. So, what I don't know won't hurt me, right? Yippee! I love being illiterate. Just kidding, I'm actually really smart. I know you mentioned you prefer to P base, but would you be upset if Project Lisa base got turned into a short? Not at all. I love a short skill. Short skill is easier on my fingers because I have not a lot of finger span. It would be accurate. It would be physically accurate. Any hints as to what artwork you'd like on it? Whatever your heart desires. She doesn't know what a mutiny is, so we can do one pretty easily. What is a mutiny? I'm Googling it. Open rebellion. Oh, what the heck? No. What if I just say nah-uh? You can't do a rebellion if I just say nah-uh. Truth. Truth and honesty. You literally can't do a mutiny if I just say nuh-uh. No, you can. We're rising up against you. Nuh-uh. No, you're not. You can't just Uno reverse like that. What if I do a mutiny against you? Right? I feel like that makes the most sense. If you try to mutiny me, I mutiny you back. Never thought of that one, huh? You're gonna rise up against the crew? Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a slap on the wrist this time for trying to swindle me with your big words. Efforts thwarted. True. I used to work on the merchant ship, and the one thing that was the most sacred was desserts. People would get mad if there was ever any changes or reductions in snacks. Listen, I get it. When I don't get my snacks, I go cranky goo goo gaga baby mode too. Also, I would never strip you guys of your human right to of snacks. That's your God-given right as an American to eat your snacks. Anyway. Anyway. That's my bomb noises and my gun noises. I feel like that still ends the same way if the crew rose up against you. What? No. Would you make sure that any ship you'd serve on has baby bells for snacking? Absolutely. Excuse me. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's no way I'm serving on the ship that doesn't have baby bells. I'm gonna say a thank you really quick. Thank you so much again for the tour. Everyone loved it. Super awesome. GP Air Raid music track 1. What the fuck is a kilometer? Ah! I went to the danger zone. Ah! Skyhawk! That's a bomb! Oh my god, is that a nuke? Is that good enough? I hurt my throat. What's your favorite brand flavor of chip? Ketchup chip! I love a ketchup chip. One of my ships, the cook was so bad I ate rice with ketchup for literally every meal. How did you get sustenance? Ooh, guys! I got TikTok influenced. I got TikTok influenced. I saw this blonde lady eat an MRE, and it looked like fucking scary. It looked like a block, and now I want to eat one. One of my old skip. Wait. Ah, why am I getting small? Lisa demands we eat snacks. That's why we love Lisa. When Lisa asked if the nuke could still explode, got me. Why? What if it could? You never know. What if people, like innocent bystanders, were being exploded on the museum ship? You never know. Tell Mr. Tour Guide he was goofy in a good way. I will definitely do so. One of my old skippers used to sell duty-free cigarettes. One of the ratings bought some and tried to sell them to a random guy. Turned out to be a customs officer. Customs office. Canon Yokoverse sound effects. Truth. Did you buy an MRE? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I want to. Korean MREs, they're actually tasty. Curious. As long as you don't eat 32 ingredients MRE brownie. What does that mean? What does that mean to me, guys? What does that mean to me? Hold on 1 second. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah! MREs aren't all made equal. Let's just say that, but you'd have fun trying to finish one. They don't look like a lot of food, though. They don't look like a lot of food at all. How many calories? Are they a lot of calories? Well, I guess 4,000 calories is crazy business. That's more than I eat in a day. You'd be backed up for weeks. What? Shelf-stable MRE pizza. I had trouble finishing a kid's meal once. I did. I still do. But guys, I've made progress. If I get the $1 cheeseburger from McDonald's, I can finish like half of it. Or like 2/3 of it. Lisa, they're made for military men and active duty. Active duty. Anyway. Anyway. I think I could finish like a couple bites of it. Sorry. You're literally a bodybuilder now. I'm gonna become so built and strong. I already am so built and strong. Yeah. I could finish an MRE easy. Over like the course of a week. You really are Miss Dingus. Ah! Nuh-uh. The $1 10-piece nugget app deal has been saving me this past couple weeks. Listen, McDonald's just has their shit together. I think I need to go on a McGriddle side quest very soon. I've been craving one for the past like 2 days. I also have the app. I have a Chipotle app. I have a Domino's app. I have a McDonald's. Wait. Chipotle, Domino's, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. But I don't ever use them because I just eat at home. I gotta finish the McGritty side quest. I'll do it. McGritty with orange juice and cheese on the McGritty. A sausage cheese McGritty with orange juice. And I'll just give you guys the hash brown and like half my sandwich because I can't finish the hash brown ever. I eat so much of the sandwich that I have no room for the hash brown. Did you hear that the McRib? I never liked the McRib. I'm sorry. I don't see the appeal. The sandwich to me looks so... I just had so many boogers come out. You have no idea. The McRib to me, it looks so unappetizing every time I see it. It looks scary to me. I don't like McDonald's breakfast. Also, I got roasted. Guys, do I say McDonald's funny? Tell me now. Do I say McDonald's funny or do I say burger funny? Please tell me. Please tell me. McDonald's. I think I say it perfectly normal. Say again. McDonald's. Burger. McDonald's burger. I'm going to eat a $1 menu McDonald's cheeseburger. Old MacDonald had a farm. Yeah. Burger maybe? Oh my goodness. I'm not saying anything. What the fuck? I'm gonna kill. The way you say burger is cute. Burger. Pillow? Pillow. 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 McDonald's burger. You didn't realize you said McDonald's burger. I thought it was intentional. McDonald's burger. Can you say burger then burger? Burger then burger. Wait, what? How do you mean? This is confusing. Please don't change. It's cute. Fuck. Hamburger, please. Hamburger, please. Iron. 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 McDonald's sounds. Iron. We made her say burger too much. She coughed. Ah! Oh my lord. McDonald's. You said it right, don't worry. Iron. Hamburger. Don't! I say it the way it's supposed to be said. Anyway. Aaron had an iron urn. Iron urn. Iron urn. Iron urn. In Norway, some of us call McDonald's crappy dumb. What? I want to try Japan McDonald's. That sounds really good. Delicious. Yummy. Can she say? I'm not gonna say that. You're baiting me. My god, I'm dying. Fudgesicles. The lisp is cute, it's fine. I never recovered. I feel like I don't really have a lisp anymore though. It's not that bad. If I really focus, I don't have a lisp anymore. I got so used to when my teeth were different that I just perpetually have a lisp now. I don't hear a lisp because I'm talking slowly. Speaking slowly. I can't say obelisk. I don't hear right now. Yeah, because I'm focusing. I get really lazy when I talk. And so it usually comes out when I'm being lazy with my speech. But if I focus really hard and I talk more pronounced and I'm not lazy, The lisp is not there. Did Mr. Tourman say if he's going to Off-Kai? I don't know. I didn't ask. Fuck. I think I'm gonna call it for today soon because my throat is absolutely killing me. I'm cooked, y'all! I'm cooked! Ah! Honestly, today was really awesome. I'm very glad that I got to do that tour. I'm freaking stoked. I'm freaking stoked! Yeah! I got space cooties. No! I didn't get space cooties. Rude as hell. Cooked like a burger. What the heck? Nuh-uh. Mr. Two Guy was so goated. Yeah, he was very very nice to me. He was very nice to me, very respectful. I get nervous talking to people one-on-one sometimes. Oh my god, I died. I get nervous talking to people one-on-one sometimes, but very respectful, very nice. Torrance the Train! Thank you for the soup chat. Netty Pot Funds for cutest sheep. Thank you. I'm sorry I sound like a goober right now. Please forgive me. Get some tea or something for your throat. Take care, Miss Lisa. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You're so sweet to me. Yeah, but marshmallow me and let me know what other places. I'll see if I can get my foot in the door somehow. So that we can go on more museum trips together. Not only do you have a musician to call you his Oshi, now you got a battleship. A battleship king is crazy! I'm not surprised you get a little shy. Yeah, because it's like, I'm trying to be professional. I'm trying to be professional, but I don't have a professional bone in my body. I feel like I just shoot the shit. And then I'm like, oh my god, did I fumble the social interaction? Did I ruin it? I'm so cooked. Fuck. I did great during the... It was mostly having you guys vicariously live through me because you guys actually had, like, good questions to ask. I didn't have any questions to ask. So I'm glad that you guys were a part of the tour because, you know, when I went on my tour, it was me and Mint. We went on the tour together and, what's it called? I didn't have any questions to ask because I was nervous. And so I literally was just sitting there like, oh no, I don't have anything to ask. Just like freaking, I didn't even know what to say. But then you guys know about this stuff, so I was like, oh wait, this feels 10 times better because I can sound smart while talking about your questions. Did you drop any links or socials pertaining to the Hornet? Oh, the Hornet has a Twitter. I tagged it in my Twitter post. It's at Hornet Museum, and the Hornet Museum Twitter should have the link tree. I'm looking at the link tree right now. They have a museum homepage, events calendar, a volunteer form, host your events with us. Ooh. A membership, adopt an aircraft, gift shop online, and promo codes. So awesome. What did you think about Spica's performance? I loved Spica's performance. I honestly loved everybody's performances. She was pretty cool maxing. She was merely observing the majesty of the ship while further enlightening the beauty of it while being there. Yeah, I was so pretty girl maxing. I guess. Possibly. But yeah, I loved everybody's performances at Off-Season Live. They were so awesome. You were like the mermaid on the front of the old sail ship. Do you guys think I could be a mermaid? Wait, hold on. Look at my majesticness. Just pretend my legs are tail. Shwam. Oh fuck. Shwam. Shwam. I'm swimming. I'm swimming. I'm swimming. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Shoo. Shoo. I'm swimming. This is my swim. This is my swimming. My swimming. Yeah. Right? So majestic. Mr. Tour Guide man, she's not usually like this. Please understand. What? What did I do? Fish legs instead of lamb legs, true. My body looks really tall because look at how big my shoes are. Look at how big my shoes are. My grandma is watching your stream right now. Hi, Grandma! You'll never know my real height. You'll never know my real height. Anyway, I'm gonna head out for today. Otsushibi! Tomorrow, one sec. Tomorrow is Encore Collab, and I might have to reschedule. I might have to reschedule member stream tomorrow to another day this weekend because I have some recording to get done for a super secret project. For a super secret project that is coming out very, very soon. So I'll probably have a member stream this weekend instead because I have to fulfill my recording promise. And it's at the same time as member stream. So we will be rescheduling that most likely. But other than that, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. I hope you had a very good time. You guys mean the world to me. I'm glad that you enjoyed the little tour. It was super awesome and super epic. I'm gonna see if I can raid someone. Excuse me. Who's live right now? Junar is live. I'm gonna raid Junar. We're gonna raid Junar right now. Yippee! Okay, let's do sheepy, guys. I'll talk to you later. TTYL. Beep 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 my BFF, cause I DK what's coming next. Now the LMAO with the rest, so TTYLXOX. You heard? Okay. Alright, Otsu Sheepy, Otsu Hornet. Goodbye!